See, communist Marxists, they believe in authoritarian rule. That's why he keep telling you 70 not, 70 not, because he's an authoritarian in the making.
Prime Minister Philippe Pierre has pushed back against claims of communism and Marxism from UWP Castries South candidate Tommy Descartes. Addressing the issue at the weekly cabinet press briefing, the Prime Minister declined to fuel what he called political theatrics, instead offering advice to the new political comer, where some aides say misusage is concerned.
Your words in a company live to haunt you. So I just want to advise him that he ought to be a little more cautious in his pronouncements, because he has taken on the role of appearing to be a bad wolf. I want to advise him that he should be a little more cautious in the words that he says.
Pierre views Descartes' perceived brashness as a move to boost his relevance in the political arena as an electoral novice.
When last have you heard the word communist? You see, again, a lack of knowledge. Communism is no longer in the lexicon of political science any longer. All students of political science have studied communism. And if you studied communism, you realize that the St. Lucia Labour Party is nothing near communist.
The St. Lucia Labour Party is a social democratic party advocating for a capitalist economy regulated by the state to promote social justice, equality, and welfare. Pierre took a passionate stance as he outlined the party's core values.
The St. Lucia Labour Party believes in improving the life of the underprivileged. The St. Lucia Labour Party believes in education for all. That is why the St. Lucia Labour Party was the first party to get involved in universal primary school education, universal secondary education, and now we're going for universal early childhood education, and soon from now universal tertiary education. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for improvement in wages. This is why we have a minimum wage. And I want to announce to you that in the next government, we are going to be more looking for a minimum wage per profession. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for social protection. This is why you're going to have an unemployment insurance. The Labour Party stands for equality in wages. That's why as far as 1998, under Kenny Anthony, we said the same wages for men, the same wages for women. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for union representation. Once 51% of the people are in the union, you must recognize the union. That's what it stands for. The Labour Party stands for land for the landless. This is why we've said that anybody who's been on crown lands, the government will give them a certain portion for their homes. What the Labour Party stands for? The Labour Party stands for sports for all. This is why the Labour Party built the National Stadium in Vieux-Fort, the National Stadium, the Darren Sammy Stadium, and the Labour Party now had a professional cricket league and a professional football league. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for youth empowerment. That's why we had the Youth Economy Agency, where thousands of young people are encouraged to go into their business. The Labour Party stands for the development of small and micro business. This is why we borrowed $10 million to set up small and micro business enterprises. That's what the Labour Party stands for. The Labour Party stands for empowerment of the underprivileged. So anybody, regardless of where you come from, regardless of where you were born, regardless of your beginnings, the Labour Party wants to use education to take you out of your beginnings, and hopefully that you don't forget where you came from. That's what we stand for. If you call that communism, yes.
A social democratic government creates a safety net for everyone through things like free healthcare, unemployment benefits, and public education, while facilitating private businesses. Communism aims to completely replace capitalism. It calls for a revolution to get rid of private property and create a classless society where the government or the people owns everything.